Hi everyone, and welcome back to our channel 中文 where we talk about topics that you might not encounter in your Chinese classroom. Today's topic is examining simplified Chinese character elements, or as I called it in Chinese, 简体. So 简体is the simplified version of the Chinese characters used in mainland China, whereas 繁体 is the unsimplified version used in Taiwan and Hong Kong, Macau, and other areas. So this video is meant for people who are either just interested in either the traditional characters or the simplified characters, or making that transition from simplified to traditional. You learned in mainland China, you learned the simplified characters, and now you want to learn the traditional characters as well. It could also be just for a learner who is interested in learning more about the reasoning or the sound elements of the characters. Okay, sometimes we see a simplified character, we don't really understand why it's written like that or why it has the sound that it has. And if we are more familiar with the traditional character elements, then we can understand the characters better. Okay, this video is not about political or otherwise discussion of which set of characters is better. Each set has its own advantages and disadvantages. And we're just going to be taking a look at the character element. So there are many ways that characters have been simplified. Some characters have been completely switched out with other characters. Some characters reverted to a simpler previous character, but in many of the characters, only a character element has been switched for a simplified version. And this is a pattern that can be seen in many characters. And by being familiar with these character elements, you can easily recognize when a simplified character has been simplified and be familiar with the character element that it replaced. So you can know to either look up the traditional character and see what it has changed from, or you can just remember what the element is. On the other hand, if you're reading traditional characters, then you can see the traditional character and automatically remember what the simplified character might have looked like and more easily read traditional text. So let's jump in and see some examples of this. So the first four examples that I want to give you are the simplest and most familiar examples of simplified character elements. It's Sepang, okay, the character for words or speech, okay, which has been simplified in many characters to this. Okay, for example, in the word 说, okay, you can see here on the right-hand side the simplified element. And it's important to note that it's not always simplified, okay, mostly when it's on the side, on the left side of the character. But here you can see this is still the simplified version of 警, okay, let's say from 警察, okay, police. And here you can see on the bottom it is not been simplified. Okay, the second is 金子旁, okay, which is the character for gold or metal, okay, which has been simplified in many characters to this element. Okay, also mostly when it's on the left side. So here you can see the character yin, okay, for silver, okay, from maybe the word yin hang. Okay, and here though you can see another character where it has not been simplified in the simplified version, 剑. Thirdly, we have this character element 车子旁, okay, from 车, okay, meaning car, which is simplified like this. Okay, and here you can see in the character 叫, okay, how it's been simplified. Okay, this character has been globally simplified. That means in every single simplified character that I have seen, it has been simplified. For example, also here in 准, okay, we can see that it has been simplified to this as well. And lastly, we'll have the character 电子旁, okay, this character for seeing or looking, right? And here we can see the character 线, okay, which has been simplified as such. Important to note that the character 被, which I've marked here in orange, is also simplified in a very similar way to 见. Okay, Next, we will be exploring this character element, which might look to you very much like the character yo, but it's not actually yo. Sometimes it can be noted that it has a slight break in the upper left side of the character. It's not yo because it neither has the meaning nor the sound of yo. And this yo-like character replaces many more complicated character elements in their simplified versions. So let's take a look at some of these examples. So for example, we have this character element, which in the character nan, okay, hard, okay, has been replaced by this yo-like character, okay, han, okay, like hanzi, okay, tan, like sai, okay. Next, it has replaced this character element, guan, okay. So we have quan, okay, like rights, or quan, like to give advice, and huan, like huan ying, okay, welcome, okay. So or xi huan, okay. So it's important to note several things at this point. One is that this character element replaces different, okay, complex character elements in different characters, and that the examples that I'm giving you are not obviously all the examples. It's just to give you a theme. Okay, there are other characters which have this character element as a replacement. What I want to highlight to you here is that whenever you see this character element in a simplified character, you can know that it has likely been simplified. And you will know to refer to the traditional character. So let's take a look at some more examples. Qi, okay, like chicken. Okay, so you can see here, this used to be this character element, pronounced qi, which gave it its sound. Okay, so we lose the sound element of the simplified character. And we just know it's qi just because we know. And if we were wondering, okay, why is this qi, we can refer to its traditional character and understand where its sound element came from. Okay, another example is feng, okay, meaning male phoenix. Okay, we can see this niao element has been replaced. Okay, so this niao element originally gave it its meaning. Okay, but now we see this character and we don't know why this character means what it does, but if we refer to the traditional character, then we can have a deeper understanding. Okay, some more examples. Xi, okay, like 游戏, okay, like a game. Okay, also the character sound element has been replaced. 仅, okay, like only, okay, 仅 and 对, okay, a very common character also has a element replaced. So a very important side note for these simplified characters, as well as characters that we'll see later on, is that the characters carry their simplification if they are used as a character element in another character. Okay, for example, the character nan, okay, is used as a character element in the character tan, okay, meaning a beach. These are actually super radicals, which we explore in some of our other videos, which you can check out. And it really amplifies the importance of understanding these simplified character elements, because you'll see them not only in the original simplification, but also in all the characters in which this new simplified character is used as a character element. Next, we'll be taking a look at groups of character elements that have been universally replaced by another simplified version. Okay, so for example, we have this character Yao, okay, name of an ancient king in China, which has been replaced with this character element. Okay, Yao, a simplified version. This traditional Yao, okay, got its sound element from the upper part, okay, also pronounced Yao. Okay, an example of a character that has the simplified version is Shao, okay, to burn. Okay, you can see how the right-hand side has been simplified, and it's so in every character that would have had this original yao element. Next, we have the character lan, okay, which has been simplified to this. Okay, for example, in the word lan, okay, meaning to decay or to rot. Qian, okay, which has always been simplified to this element. Okay, for example, we have lian, okay, meaning face, and you can see the simplified element here on the right. I'm stating again that I'm only giving you here one example of each character that has the simplified element. For each of these examples, there are many characters, okay, which follow the same simplification rule. Luan, okay, so you can see it in the character luan, okay, like to discuss. Qiao, okay, like in the character qiao, bridge. Okay, the character element that's been replaced is here on the right. Guo, okay, like in the character wo, meaning nest. Okay, there is an exception to this simplification, which is the word guo, okay, which has not been replaced by this element up here, but rather by its own replacement of Tuan. Okay, this Tuan has also been used to replace other character elements in other characters. For example, in shi, okay, we can see also here the Tuan has replaced a traditional character element. Next, we have Tuan, okay, meaning like a professional, and also in this character of Tuan, okay, like the shift or change, we also see the same character element has been simplified. Wei has also been simplified in this character Wei, like enclosure or to surround. Also here we have one exception, which is this character of Wei, okay, meaning to protect or to guard. Okay, so this has been simplified differently to the other versions of Wei, but all the other characters which have the element Wei, okay, have this character element instead of the original traditional one. Okay, we're going to see two more examples of the universal replacement. Okay, Cang, okay, which has always been replaced with this character element. For example, in the character Tiang, okay, meaning gun, okay. And lastly, we have the character Fa or Fa, okay, depending on which character it's replacing. And it's also used in other characters such as Fei, okay, like worthless. Next, we'll look at this Bu, okay, which has replaced several different character elements, not particularly related to the original pronunciation or meaning of Bu. So, for example, we have Hai or Huan, okay, which here you can see the complex traditional element has been just replaced by a Bu character, okay. Huan, okay, has also been replaced. The complex element, which you can see is the same in these two characters, has been replaced by the Bu, okay. Huai, meaning like bad, okay, also replaced by the Bu. Here it's a slightly different character element, but similarly to the character element of Huai, we have Huai, okay, like bosom, okay, also replaced by Bu. Okay, now I'm going to run through several character elements which are also almost universally replaced with other elements. For example, we have Ya, okay, which has been replaced by this character element. We have Go, okay, which has also been replaced. It's important to note that this character, similarly to the, for example, this character, Liao, okay, is sometimes replaced by the simplified version, but these simplified versions are characters in themselves also in traditional Chinese. So for example, this is still the Le character in the traditional Chinese, and this standalone character is still go, okay, in the traditional Chinese. Just when they are in another character as a character element, sometimes this left-hand side version is replaced by the similarly pronounced go. Okay, same for liao. Okay, we have yuan and zhong. Okay, or zhong. Okay, so when this zhong is a character element, okay, for example, in zhong that means watch or time, then it's replaced by the simplified version of zhong. Lastly, what we'll take a look at is some character parts that have also been universally switched over, or almost universally switched over. These are not even, I would call, character elements, because they can't really be reduced, most of them, to a certain character. Just really some common theme changes that have been made in the characters, and I'll show you, and you'll probably understand what I mean a little better. So, for example, these two ko's have been sometimes switched with two dashes instead. Okay, or this character element has sometimes been switched with this. This character element has often been switched with this element. So it's important to note that here in the middle, there's usually another character element, but it changes throughout the characters. The theme that I've seen is that the character that has this part that I've shown you here, no matter what is in the middle, is often simplified to this right-hand version. Okay, the double huo, okay, sometimes just replaced with the cao, cao zi tou, chen. Okay, the chen element in characters has sometimes been replaced with these two lines. This character element has often just been replaced by an X. Note here that this X is often indicative of a simplification of the character. So if you see an X, it means that either this character element that I've given you on the left has been simplified, or it might be a different character element. But if you're looking at a simplified character and you see an X, you can know that it has likely been simplified. And this zhuo zi tou, okay, is also often simplified to this right-hand side element. Three bonus characters that I want to show you is you, yun, and this character, which doesn't really have a pronunciation. So these are often indicative of simplification, but I haven't really found a method to their madness, in the sense that they often switch various character elements in different traditional characters. But if you do see these character elements in a simplified character, you can be sure that they are likely simplified. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. I'm going to stress again that this is only a taste of the simplified character elements. There are several others that I did not touch on. So if you're interested in this topic, you can continue doing research and looking it up. But I hope that this does help you make that first step in exploring the simplified and traditional character sets of the Chinese language. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe to our channel. We'll be having more interesting videos like these. And see you next time.